Hello and welcome to this Warcraft replay. This is going to be another midnight cast because, um, you know, I just felt desperate and I need to make videos, so I'm going to do that. I need to finish the IET anyway, so yeah, might as well just do that now. I've actually been at study leave because we had like practice exams and it's very important and all that nonsense, so I've been spending most of my time either studying or playing other video games, just how I do. Um, So anyway, before I get into this, please try to, like, for any of you that comment on my videos, try to refrain from, like, posting any results on future, or, like, just any results in general, because some other people might not even have watched that certain series, that certain game, of that tournament, perhaps. So yeah, just try to refrain yourselves from um, spilling the beans, I guess, but that's generally it from me. So back into this game, we have a semifinals from the IET. This is going to decide who goes to the grand finals for first and second, and who goes to the third and fourth place series. We have Orbital leads TeD spawning in as the yellow undead player in the top right. He is going to be going for a Death Knight first. Nothing really to add about that. That's pretty much 80%. Well, 80 is probably too low. Maybe 95% of the first undead hero choice anyway, so not too surprised there. TeD's actually going to go after Graveyard after the Tomb of Relics, so we are going to see relatively, or at least not early, just normal timed Crypt Fiends. I would imagine TeD just sticking to that three ghouls for now, unless he just like 180s it and then just proves me wrong. Either way, TeD is going to be moving out with the Death Knight. I would imagine him keeping on to that ability point just for, you know, if he can pick up anything or just learn up that Unholy Aura. On the other side, we have Yumiko spawning in as the red human player. He is going to be having that Archmage first. He did start at the Rock Golem camp in the bottom right. And we did just see, if you guys didn't miss it, a Tome of Experience has been picked up as well. So pretty nice pickup right there. Obviously showing how really great the Rock Golem camp actually is. Sobi Mask also picked up as well, so that could potentially lead into just a benefiting item for either the Mountain King or the Panda that will be coming out most likely near the, I guess, future of the game. I'm not sure if that made sense. Either way, Archmage did take a little bit of damage, well, maybe a huge bit, because he did eat a Death Core to the face. We have a Footman just trying to harass as much as possible, but of course he will be pushed away by a Crypt Fiend. Will show Yumiko what TeD is actually going to go for. And yeah, just going to kill another boar, and he needs to get out those skeletons. Although I have not seen much success with those skeletons, undead players still prefer to just get as many as possible. There we go. And corpses actually last fairly long time, so you know, killing one here and there doesn't really matter too much. You can use that within a large, I guess, range of time. And has this camp been cleared? No, it hasn't. Apparently it was being drawn out by a footman, and here comes the rest of the camp. Crypt Fiend did take quite a bit of damage. Shadow Priest was picked up by Yumiko, but nicely done by TeD, finishing off that low hit point Shadow Priest. We did see Yumiko actually picking up a Troll Berserker as well, so he hasn't lost entirely from that camp. Crypt Fiend actually waking up the Rock Golem camp once again. Probably a mistake by TeD, but hopefully it won't lead into too much. And as we can see, the corpse still there from that previous boar. Unfortunately, skeletons once again just proving to be meat shields. We do have a large amount of militia just moving on to this gold mine, so this is definitely going to lead up to an expand. We have yet to see Yumiko going for a tier 2, and yep, he is sticking to Town Hall. He is wanting to expand, but it's rather risky with TeD constantly around this area. He is playing rather aggressive. Doesn't matter too much about losing hit points. He can heal up his Crypt Fiends with the Death Coil, but he can't heal up himself, so that's at least something to consider. Yumiko playing it rather smart and just pushing away every kind of unit. Death Knight actually used his last bit of mana to take down the Ogre Warrior. It will prevent him from staying here any longer because, well, his Crypt Fiends are pretty low and he has no way of saving them, and he does not want to waste that TP scroll on the DK, so it's gonna pull out. TeD nearly completed with tier 2. I would imagine, well, since he's like mainly, he's versing a human, I'm pretty sure he'll mainly go Crypt Fiends, but I don't exactly remember what undeads go against human players. I think it's more death destroyers than Crypt Fiends actually. Yeah, that might seem right. We do have an early Lich, so that might not actually be destroyers for this game. That might actually just be mass Crypt Fiends. Early Lich usually means no tier 3, but we shall see from here on what TeD is going to go for. Finally got himself the Unholy Aura. It's obviously just a really needed buff for him. He needs to just increase his HP regen on all of his units, as well as that Death Knight. Rune speed's also pretty good, but it's mainly that regen for him. Troll Warlord, dealing damage from both sides. There we go with the random ensnare from both sides once again, and the Troll Warlord will be claimed by the Death Knight, and he will get himself the +6 agility, the Boots across the loss. Troll Trapper. Oh wow, there's the Tome of Experience, and it is going to be the Death Knight that picks it up, so rather lucky right there. The Tome Trapper, that I used to call it, actually dropped a pretty significant tome. And the water elementals are gonna try and deny themselves a little bit, I guess. Just try and get killed off by the towers instead of the actual heroes themselves, but well, the second one timed out, but the first one was actually killed off by a Crypt Fiend, I believe. So Mask still on that Archmage, so he wants to keep that. I would imagine him going for possibly, oh, I don't know, like Yumiko is probably more of a Mountain King like guy, but who knows? I think like Panda could also do well against mass Crypt Fiends, but you know, we have seen more Mountain Kings than Pandas because the win rate is pretty good. Scourge Bone Chimes has been picked up by the Death Knight. Level 2 Lich, not quite. Very close to level 2, but he's not going to hit it just yet. Yeah, it does look like we're going to be massing up Crypt Fiends for TeD. He's just sticking to that double statues for the Spirit Touch, as well as the I forgot what it was called. I actually forgot what it was called. But anyway, Zeppelin, we are going to see some drop players coming in from TeD. We rarely see this coming in from an undead player, but we are going to be seeing it, and ironically it is against a human player who has been well known for going with their constant drops. Mainly because, like, dropping with the Archmage, you can actually bring in a 9th unit, which is the Elemental, so it's pretty good. Nice Frost Nova actually. I'm not sure why Yumiko was bunched up with his peasants, but that is going to be quite a few being taken down, and these skeletons are proving to be very useful in tanking up damage. But Yumiko is actually going to return the favor a little bit. He is going to be going after, he actually took down the Nerubian Tower, he's going to go after the Acolytes as well. I'm pretty sure Yumiko is actually doing way more damage, but yeah, it's most likely he's gonna lose his footman rather quicker than TeD will lose his units. Actually, we have a spirit tower as well as that Halls of the Dead, alive and still hitting, able to kill. I believe that was the second or third footman. And yeah, TeD, he is kind of winning this base race, but unfortunately Yumiko does have a second base. Probably needs to TP as soon as possible because he's not going to win this in the long run. I absolutely do not think so. He is forcing Yumiko to kind of retreat, but like, there we go. Level 4 elementals are doing work. It doesn't really matter too much. We now have triple elementals, and he's just rushing down the gold mine. We have militia trying to delay TeD as much as possible. Level 4 will be gained. Level 3 has been gained for Lich. Pretty scary seeing that we have yet to see a second hero from the human player, and the TP scroll will be forced from TeD. There we go with the TP. Zeppelin is still there, but the Grip Fiends, they need to be focusing on that Archmage. They need to force him to run away. Do we have the autocast web? No, we do not, but if TeD did, that would have been disastrous for Yumiko. So yeah, Town Hall nearly destroyed for Yumiko, but it is still alive, so that's still some breathing room left for him. TeD is trying to rebuild. He's not actually upside down in supply, but he can't build any more ziggurats to just enlarge in his supply cap. We don't have that many units left for Yumiko. He might actually be facing some problems here. He is sending a couple of footmen. He actually has a goblin sapper as well, so I am actually really interested to see how he uses this. And TeD is once again back at the base. Yumiko really can't answer back unless he hits this goblin sapper perfectly. Where would he hit it? It's actually, I have no idea where you could hit it. I mean, there's 3 spirit towers out, as well as the Halls of the Dead. This is going to be really hard. Second sapper as well. Let's see how this will go. I'm pretty sure TeD has not spotted this yet. Nope, he has started to attack with his spirit towers and little Halls of the Dead. Was not successfully able to destroy the haunted gold mine, and TeD probably forced it back. I don't know, this is not really looking good for Yumiko, but it's definitely not looking good for TeD either. This really could go either way. It's just a matter of mind games, like who thinks that they can stay longer. I'm pretty sure it's Yumiko that has to GG, and yes, he does. TeD just has a bigger army, I think, and that's generally the reason he won. Yeah, it's pretty good. Despite Yumiko having a second base, I'm pretty sure the existing army for TeD just could steamroll both of the bases before his own could get destroyed. So yeah, that's going to be game 1. I will be casting game 2. I have no idea. It's a pretty big file, so it looks to be a fairly long replay, so I'll be casting that tomorrow. Either way, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll take care.